Okay, this is my second attempt to start explaining Electroserver and how it works. I've got Electroserver running. I showed you in the last video how I knew that Electroserver was running. And then I went into the Electroserver folders, okay, and I want to show you that right now, to find the example files. So once again, if I go all the way back up, this is my program files. These are my programs on my C drive. I went to Electroserver, and I went to examples. Connect and log in. I figured that's going to be the easiest one. Okay, and this is a little explanation of what it is. It says this example shows you how to connect to the Electroserver and how to log in. Okay, great. I want to know how to do that. So I go in here, and then basically here is the source files for the project, and then here is how it is. Here's the distribution of it. So when you publish it, this is the end result. This is what you get: a web page, a Flash movie, a JavaScript file for the Flash player recognition, and then a server settings.xml file, and this will be loaded. This is loaded automatically, and in this file, let's just show it to you. It's basically just an XML file that says that you're listening on this port and this IP address and this port, and it's not a big deal. That's kind of small potatoes. So we'll go back up here to our source files, and so in this folder you've got your Flash file, you've got a main.as. This is an ActionScript file. This is a class. So this is a written class called main, the main class, right? And I'm going to talk about that in a second. And then this is Flash Develop, the free software that you can download, where the whole project can be contained in here. Over here, this is your client, API client from Electroserver. If you get in the COM folder, there's an Electrotank folder, Electroserver 4, and then in here, this is the client files that you're going to need to access, that your movie will need to access in order to talk to the Electroserver, right? So, and then we took a look in here, and we started taking a peek at it, and I want to point something out. File, Publish Settings. Okay, we're going to go to our Publish Settings, and then right here it says, I'm going to tab on Flash, right, Formats. Notice that the published Flash movie and the published HTML file are going ... that means up one folder, into the dist folder, and then this will be the final name. So when you publish a movie, it's going into that dist folder. So that's how I verified that. Okay, if I go to the Flash tab, ActionScript 3 Settings Default, you'll see that this first tab here says source path, and then the source path you have one dot, one period. That means same folder. Two dots means up one folder, one dot means same folder, and if I select this, you see it says folders containing ActionScript class files. Okay, so what that means is that automatically when this thing is run, it's going to open up. When this Flash movie is run, it's going to open up. It has access to this main.as file. Okay, so right off the bat, it's going to draw in this AS file as soon as it's published. Okay, then I wanted to show you the Flash Develop file here. When you open up this Flash Develop file, the whole project is contained herein. So you open up the Flash Develop file, forget some of these other tabs, but you'll see here, right over here, right, this is the whole project, right? The Flash file, the main.as file, if you double click on it, it opens up right here in a tab. It tells you where the client is, right? Where you're going to find the client. The client is actually in the COM folder, so you could actually fix that, right? No, the client, yeah, is in the Electrotank folder, right? Okay, and anyway, so this is like the whole project broken down into Flash Developer Scheme. I think this client is not showing correctly, but that's fine. We can always fix that later. But anyway, if you were to do this in Flash Develop, this is how you could work, and you could have this nicer programming window. Basically, the whole deal with Flash Develop, it seems, is this is just a better program to do your programming in, a better application to program in, because it's got just much nicer tools than the Flash tools with your little, ActionScript window, right? So that's the idea, is that this program would be like a luxury for programmers, right? But you have to learn how to use it and how to configure it, and that's one of the problems, is that, if you've never used it before, you have to know, like, how do I figure this? How do I configure this, right? That kind of thing. So right here I've got a warning on this right away, and I need to figure out, what is that warning about? Anyway, if I hit play, let's see here, test movie, see if it works. We'll see what happens if we hit basically play within Flash Develop. Now it might work, it might not. I'm not quite sure. I know that without the Flash Develop everything worked nice. Okay. Yep. Looks like it worked. Okay, now last thing I wanted to point out to you, and that is in this main.as file, right? This main.as file, which is right here. Okay, you can open it up in Flash too if you double click on it. See, there's the Flash code here, timeline, everything, and then main.as. This is the file that handles all that login stuff, right? So this is the outputs the text into the login window. This is what's handling all of that right here. So, and that's it. Now we're talking about ActionScript 3 here, very object oriented, new kind of way of scripting compared to ActionScript 2 stuff that we've been doing. So we're going to need to do some preparation for ActionScript 3, and we're going to have to do some background stuff. So I need you guys to come in and come talk to me about getting some help with ActionScript 3. I've got a couple of ways that we can do that. So just come and talk to me in the class ASAP, as soon as possible. All right, thanks.